Hi, can you confirm your name, date of birth, and phone number for me, please? Good, thank you. Do you know why you're here? Has anybody briefed you yet? All new and unregistered vampires must submit themselves to a precursor medical examination. Once you are cleared, we will file a report on your circumstances of your turning. I, as the Vampiric Association counselor on duty, will then answer any questions you may have and provide you with resources to help you get customized to your new afterlife. Should this process overwhelm you, here's a box of tissues. Do you have any questions? Good. Then we'll begin. Please look into the light and follow my finger. Your eye color and pupil reactivity are good. You might have noticed by now that your irises have turned red. Some people choose to wear colored contacts over them or claim that the red is the contacts. Should you choose the former, we can fill out a form for you to receive bi-weekly shipments of lenses on us. Excuse me now. Your heartbeat and pulse are normal, and by that I mean non-existent. Blood no longer circulates through your body in the way it used to. In addition, your biological need to breathe and eat human food are gone. Though the routine of these things may stick around, breathing most vampires never stop doing, but eating is neither here nor there. Doesn't offer you any nutrition, and some people find it makes them queasy. Your temperature is about 5 degrees lower than that of a human, which is normal for us. It's recommended that you either not let humans touch you, or disregard it as poor circulation when they do. Now say, ah, please. Can you try and drop your fangs for me? That's fine. That's also normal. Lots of new bloods have trouble with their baby teeth, especially on their first day. That's why we're here. Here, try sticking out your tongue. Now smile. There we go. Excuse me. 2 centimeters. Lucky you. You can close your mouth now, or at least try. The fangs should retract as you relax your jaw, but you should also get used to them being out, to the feeling of the fangs sitting in your mouth. That covers the medical exam, so please feel free to sit back and try to get as comfortable as you can. The next part of the process can be trying, but it is necessary. Now, I need to get any and all details about the vampire that turned you. Looks, voice, scent, anything like that. If any details are blurry, like you were drugged, enthralled, or both, or you find yourself getting upset, I could call in a counselor or therapist on duty to sit with you and support you. So we can find them. Non-consensual turning is basically a felon amongst vampires, and a statement would help us get you justice against whoever did this to you. Why wouldn't you want that? Huh. Really? You asked for this? That's, highly unusual. Well, because the VA doesn't see a lot of turnings, let alone willing or enthusiastic ones. It's not, suspicious per se, but it's maybe a little hard to believe. Not in the decades I've been doing this job, at least. To clarify, you wanted to become a vampire. You're not going to cry or scream or break down? I mean, it's fine if you do, but I wanted to be prepared for that possibility so I can call in and have to not deal with it. You will never feel the sun again. You have to drink human blood, a lot of it, or else you'll get sick and die again. Your friends and family will be told that you're dead, and you'll be monitored for years to make sure you don't try to reach out to them. And you're just okay with that? Alright then. We don't need like half of these forms then. Usually I'd take notes for a sketch artist, refer you to a counselor, and get a victim statement, but I guess that's not really necessary when you're not a victim. We can skip that portion of the appointment then. Do you have any questions for me? I mean, anything that you want to know, vampires are, for most of the population anyway, a complete myth. We'd rather you ask anything you like, even if it sounds stupid, than believe we sparkle in the sunlight. No, we don't. Although, it'd be pretty cool if we did. No, no magical powers, at least none that I've seen. I can safely say most of what Stephanie Meyer wrote was bullshit. You're not the first to ask, though, and trust me, you won't be the last. Please. No, sorry, I've just never been asked that before. I never really thought about it, but I guess I'd say so. It is cool being a vampire. About 40 years ago. Seriously, I'm older than you'd think. We all are. You will be too one day. Yes, the super strength is very real. Did you try it already? They always do. It takes time to develop. As long as 6 months for your muscles to adapt to the change. Thank God for that, or else my office walls and furniture would be broken. Not as much as you'd think. About a pint a day, which will be provided by the VA. There are places to buy more, but there's a cap to how much you can get a month, and you'd have to pay out of pocket for that. Nothing so magical or mysterious as that. The Vampiric Association is not unlike the human government. You pay taxes, you benefit from Social Security. We provide you blood, contacts, and help you find a job that lets you work nights. Classes to help you adjust all in exchange for a tax deduction from your paychecks. You could theoretically commit tax evasion, go rogue, off the grid, hunting for blood, but it's not recommended. People like that tend to get caught, and then they get dealt with. I can't imagine you wanting to go through all the trouble of becoming a vampire only for it to last a month. Seems a lot of work just to die twice. Yeah, all my friends are vampires. Not necessarily because, like, we flock together or anything, or commune for magic. Uh, Being nocturnal can just be sort of isolating. It's good to make time to be around other people on our schedule, which happens to usually be vampires. Can I ask you a question before we continue? Are you having trouble retracting your fangs, or are you just enjoying them too much to put them away? No, that's fine. I was just curious. It's a whole new muscle, literally, for you to learn how to use. We all struggled with it and the resulting lisp. You'll get used to it, just like we all did. Some are easier to adjust than others. The strength was definitely an issue for me for a couple months. I broke quite a lot of remotes before I figured out my grip strength. The drinking blood thing was surprisingly easy for me. Not seeing my parents again, though, that was kind of hard. Like, really hard. They died a decade ago, but time feels different when you have so much of it. Yeah, thank you. Everyone, at least everyone I've onboarded, has had a hard time, yes. Like I said, you are an unusual, a bit fortunate case. Most vampires either get turned as a last resort, a deathbed measure, or against their will. I've never met anyone like you who just wanted the bite and asked someone for it. Where did you even do that, by the way? Where did you find a vampire to just forego secrecy and bite you? Reddit. I really shouldn't be surprised. Do you know where they are now, or if they're local? Damn. Eh, that's fine, I guess. They're not really in trouble, per se. No, if they did it without your consent, then they'd be a criminal. But biting you with your consent and not filling out the paperwork is, like, more like a misdemeanor than anything. Especially since you're here to do it yourself. Yeah, there's a lot more paperwork and bureaucracy to this than people expect. Turns out death and taxes are really, truly unavoidable. Theoretically, you could just go out and start to be a vampire, yes. It's recommended you stick around, though. Attend some seminars, get connected to a job, and maybe a mentor, but nobody's making you. Yeah, the VA offers a mentorship program to new bloods, like a sponsor or a big sibling, so to speak. Someone to show you the ropes, answer your questions, and connect you with others of our kind that you might get along with, and so on. Someone that just help you adjust. We have a list of candidates that are willing to be matched. Options the VA that have set aside that might share an ethnic background, an alma mater, hobbies, or anything like that. Me actually. I'd say this appointment's gone pretty well. No tears at least, which means we've established a rapport. Plus, we're the closest in age of the available mentors and are both local to the area. I do it partially because it's my job, partially because it's for a good cause too. My mentor was very helpful to me when I turned. I don't think I could have done it without her. She moved across the country since, but we still make a point to get dinner when she's in town. If you ever feel like you need a mentor, I'd happily be it. Your attitude is refreshing, to say the least. I would not, but neither would most of the mentors under our employ. Hunting humans isn't just unnecessary, it's also dangerous and considered sort of tacky or old fashioned. Definitely dangerous, especially before you've hit your figurative growth spurt. We're fast and we're strong, but we're not indestructible, and a gun might not kill you, but it would certainly hurt. Normal human things, honestly, so long as they can be done at night. Concerts, dining out, comedy shows, and drinking. We could go to a vampire owned bar just a couple blocks from here. I could buy you your first pint. The blood bank. I am not, in fact, messing with you. Just because most of us didn't want to become vampires doesn't mean we can't have a little fun with it. It's exactly how you would think. Very much infringing on Anne Rice's copyrights if she were still alive to contest them. Surprisingly good cocktails, though, and hiring. Wait, how skilled would you say you are at bartending?